1Cloud9, we did not forget what you did. 1Cloud9, your time has come. No. Hey, on some real shit, I'ma just let y'all know, Cloud is a good person. I love Cloud. I've collaborated with Cloud. Cloud's been to my house. I've been around him in IRL. I know a little bit of what the situation is. Honestly, I just wanted to ignore it and let it blow by and not really say nothing because I fuck with Cloud. I respect Cloud. But at the end of the day, you do have to be able to hold your friends accountable. And I think there just might be this type of situation where niggas just gonna have to hold niggas accountable a little bit. Now, I'm sure there's his side of the story. And, you know, I was conflicted. I wanted to talk to him about it. But at the same time, I'm a grown-ass man, and I did see a little bit of stuff in here where I was just like, regardless of which side of the story, some accountability need to be checked. So, Cloud, if you're watching this, understand I love you, brother. You know how I go. And the same way you would hold me accountable, I'm gonna hold you accountable. And it just is what it is, man. You know, it's nothing but love over here. And let's just get into it, bro. Not gonna do too much plea copping in the beginning. Let's just get into it and see what's going on. Unfortunate though. Let's go. Let's see what it do.
So recently, I've been seeing a lot of news online about a bunch of different content creators and streamers just not being terrible people. One of the most notable ones that just came out is that guy named Jordan Cisco, who got mad because he spilled water on his PC, so he punched up his wife.
Take it off. Take the lid off.
What the hell?
You need to have no drinks in here. Ow.
And while a lot of people are surprised at stuff like this, but I would like to share a personal story as a cautionary tale to let you know that, you know, you can't trust the creator just because they have a nice smile, just because they come across on camera is good. That doesn't necessarily make them good. And I'd like to share a story of my own personal experience with this as a cautionary tale and to spread awareness, because the last thing I want is for somebody to get scammed or taken advantage the same way that I did. With that, let's get on with the story. The creator I'm talking about, because listen, I just straight up say names too. I don't give a fuck. The creator I am talking about that I have this experience with, by the way, his name is 1Cloud9. He is a creator with, I think, like 650,000 subscribers on one of his channels, almost 200,000, I think, on another channel. He's a very talented creator who's done a lot of amazing work, right? And from the dates of November 2024 all the way till, funny enough, around this time, around March 2025.
What's crazy about this is this young man here, Alex, right around DreamCon, I remember when Cloud came to my apartment one time, he was with him. So I can't confirm, I don't know if they were best friends, I don't know how close they were, but I can't confirm that he was rolling with Cloud at a certain period of time. I do remember this guy. I think he had a video blow up maybe a few months back that we all reacted to. I think the art of waiting your turn or something like that. I remember him though.
Was the main editor for his 1Cloud9 channel, where he talks about commentary, story times, and all that good jazz or whatever, right? He liked my work. We instantly got to work. And one thing about me that a lot of people don't know is that I'm an extremely fast editor. So in this era that I'm talking about, from November 2024 all the way to March 2025, around, I want to say 65 to 75% of the videos that was uploaded to that channel were edited by me. Like, to put it in perspective of how quick I was, in the month of December 2024, whenever 1Cloud9 was one of the only commentary channels that was uploading every single day, quality 8 to 15 minute videos every single day, I edited around like 70 to 80% of those videos, essentially giving him a video every single.
Hold on. You was moving that fast? Hold on, man. Might have my people call your people. What's going on? You editing videos that fast, nigga? Hey, chat thinking what I'm thinking. Hire him. This nigga just popping these videos out. Hold on, I might got a job for you, dog.
Day. And you know, he got a lot of views, he grew from it, and, you know, it was a nice period. And you know, most people look at Cloud and they go, you know, he's a pretty chill dude. He is a nice chill dude, but to add some further context, I have to establish the type of person Cloud is so you can understand how we even got to the point where I almost got taken advantage of and scammed. Well, I did get taken advantage of and scammed, but you know, I turned it around. Me and Cloud, even though we edited a lot together and, you know, we made some amazing projects together, we were friends as well behind the snes. A lot of editors and creators,
yeah, that's what's for sure.
Really
he had his hair
relationship with each other, because you know it's like a job, you know, just like a lot of rappers, they're not very tight knit with the people that make the beats and stuff like that. It's kind of like a very transactional relationship where you just get what you need and then y'all don't talk to each other. But since, you know, me and Cloud are the same age, we're both, you know, black successful creators, we were cool because it's not really easy in everyday life to find people that relate to, you know, what we do. So me and Cloud were really good friends. We used to talk all the time. One thing he would hit me up a lot for was like creative consultations. Like he would hit me up a lot and I'll put some screenshots on the, you know, screen or whatever, and he would basically ask me like, how does this title sound? How does this?
Oh shit, I already know what type of vid this about to be, man. He coming out screenshots of conversations and shit. Okay, receipts, I see.
TikTok sound. How does this thumbnail look like? What should we critique to edit it? These are normally things that you would pay somebody for, kind of like a creative director slash like consultant or something like that. This is something that normally you would pay somebody for, but I would just do it out of the kindness of my heart. One, because I'm a naturally helping guy, and
Hegger,
two,
what
we
up,
were
boy?
friends, and you know, I don't really charge my friends for like stuff like that. Like, you know, you're my friend and I don't mind helping, right? But you would do this a lot because you know, I'm very well versed on psychology, people, and just the overall YouTube algorithm. You know what I mean? So, you know, one conversation from me helping him out with like, you know, a video title, thumbnail, whatever, would turn into us just talking about life. And, you know, like I said, we became very close and we were really, really good friends, like brothers, almost like this, you know. Okay. But the more I started to hang around Cloud, the more his true character started to reveal itself. Like Cloud is one of those people, he's really big on like external validation. You know what I mean? So what he would do is whenever, like I said, behind the scenes, when it's just me and him talking, chomping it up, we chilling together, we on the phone, whatever, like we tight like this, we like brothers, it's cool. But it's like whenever we got in front of certain people, it's
Welcome
like
to the
every
family,
man for themselves, because all he cares about is his image and being like externally validated. And I started to notice him, you know, becoming more of this the more comfortable he got around me, because it's like the best way I can put it, you know, I'm not saying that I'm the, you know, most like person that everybody wants to hate on, but you know, I'm a handsome guy, I'm very talented, and like I said, he asked
W self glaze, I heard that. I'm a handsome guy.
Asked me for a lot of advice because I was so well versed.
Did you notice any weird energy, Berto? I didn't notice. That's why I said, as far as my POV of Cloud has been super cool, super nice. Like, I have no bad experiences with Cloud. I genuinely consider him a friend. Like, I don't have no bad blood with Cloud. But at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on with him and bro. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what the hell's going on with bro. So I'm just listening, and I'm really just, the only reason I feel like I have to speak on this is because niggas are spamming this shit in my comment section. And it's like, yo, talk about. It's like, at the end of the day, if something happened wrong, I just feel like I'd be fake as fuck to y'all to just like, oh nah, I ain't see that, I'm blind to the bullshit. Because if I did something wrong, or niggas gonna be like, oh no, I didn't see that, I'm blind to the bullshit. Again, we about to see. Niggas talking about scammed. I don't know. But we only 4 minutes into the video.
Despite me being the smaller creator. So it's almost like, because Cloud sometimes saw that, you know, I was the better editor, I had a better personality, I just so happened to start later than him.
Okay, hold on. There's a lot of self-glaze in this. I'm hearing. I'm the better editor. I'm the this. I'm the that. What's going on with that?
And just haven't got blessed by the algorithm the same way he has been yet. It was kind of like he envied me a little bit. And you know, Cloud's whole perspective and like his,
yeah, but at the end of the day, I never worked for him either, so I don't know how nigga was treating him. You know, I don't know how niggas was getting treated at, you know, on the back end.
And being a young, successful black man as he is, that is more successful than a lot of people. You know what I mean? So like, anytime somebody perceived to have more than him, even if it's not in success or money, he kind of like finds a way to subtly devalue. He's that type of person. We all know dudes like that, you know? And originally I was like, it may not be that deep, because like, you know, that's just how people be. We all got homies who like got big egos. It is what it is. But I just noticed the more as time went on, he would do weird things. Like, for instance, here's where like I first should have realized that, like, you know, I should have had a contract, because mind you, know, we did all of this work despite making so much money and gaining so much views off of it, and all of these videos doing so well. I was doing all this under the table, you know. He didn't give me a contract to sign or nothing like that. So to be paid, there wasn't a system for me to be paid. So like, I would go to ask him to be paid, and the type of thing Cloud would do, and by the way, this isn't just my own personal experience, I've talked with other people and they've said that the same thing has happened to them as well before. Like, you'll ask him to be paid, and
okay, hold on, we got receipts right here. What's he saying?
And then he'll just ignore you for like 12 hours or like a day. Mind you, people.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute, man. You moving fast. Let's read this. Yo, let's read this, chat. What's going on? Yo, can I get paid today? I did 2 normal ones, then cutting up with angles and 2 blah, blah, blah. That's not important. February 3rd. Paying today. So Cloud responded, and then he paid you February 4th. Appreciate the sub, my dog. Welcome to the Where You At family. Okay, so wait, man. You might be tripping, bro. Cloud paid you. You hit him up on the 2nd. He thumbs upped it on the February 3rd. Then he paid you February 4th. I mean, you know, maybe he ain't pay you day up, but I mean, shit, he paid you. What's going on, bro?
And he'll just ignore you for like 12.
He didn't ignore you. He paid you. Hold on. There's another screenshot. We gotta, if we gonna be quote unquote exposing and we need to see the facts. Cloud paid him for sure. The revised version is there. I'm ready to be paid. Okay. The date's 28. He didn't ignore you. He responded right here. 28. You only did 1 vid, right? Bet that. Yeah, just 1. 28. Following up on the payment. Vids in the... Okay, so it looked like he might have dubbed you right here, though. It looked like he might have dubbed you right here. But come on, man. You just asked him to get paid on the 28th. And only 1 day went by. And you over here showing us screenshots talking about he ignored you. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. You might be being a little bit emotional. I don't want to speak too prematurely, though. But all I'm saying is I'm hearing the facts. This is somebody that is a friend. So now you got my ears perked up. You got my attention. And you saying he ignoring you. I can't necessarily co-sign that yet.
12 hours or like a day. Mind you, people that work for Cloud, since he's a business, people like have to pay their bills.
Also, see, we doing XQCing right now. I need to see all these screenshots. Appreciate that. February 19th. Yeah, I was gonna upload. Gonna pay whenever he upload. 2020. Hey, I just uploaded. Yeah. You take Apple Pay. Yeah, cool. That's gang. Yo, I still okay. Hold on. Now some days are starting to pass. You take Apple Pay. Yeah, that's cool, gang. February 25th. March 11th. Yo, still waiting to get paid. Hold on. All right. Now that is some time. All right, I'm listening. That's 2 weeks is crazy. 2 weeks is crazy. Especially we got bills to pay. Okay, hold on.
And like rent and all these other things because this is their job. And Cloud will purposely like drag his feet to not pay people because it's like an ego thing. Like just because he knows he can and he feels good knowing that people asking him for money. You know what I mean? And he'll either ignore you, be like, I got you. Or he'll be like, I got to get the money situated. But you'll see him like go live on Twitch and just start like laughing, frolicking. Or you'll see him like on Instagram just chilling or playing the game. But he won't pay you until he feels he's ready to pay you. And the reason why, to me, I felt like this was so like...
Are we sure that isn't photoshopped? I mean, we're not sure. But he did show some screenshots of him actually getting paid. But then could that be W manipulation? I don't know, bro. I don't know if it's Photoshop, but something tells me that it's not, though. Let me see, bro. Let's lock in. I'm not picking no sides yet. I want to see.
Weird personalities because...
Yelena said, as a person that works for content creators... one thing I'll say is some people pay as soon as the work is done. None you could do, of course, if there's no fully contract. Yeah, but it's completely unethical to just ignore and not get paid. I know with me, I pay as soon as the work is done. I literally pay day of, no later, a day later. That's how I be moving. But the only other way is if you're doing it like the super business way where you're sending it from the certain bank account and then, cool. But whatever we agreed upon, that's when I'm paying 100%. And I also make sure with all my editors, they have like an open line of communication. Like I'll be like, hey, bro, I don't care if it's 5 o'clock in the morning, AM, hit me, call me, because I'm super passionate about my work. But at the end of the day, I'm not holding nobody accountable to what I do. You know what I'm saying? Your business is your business. I'm not going to tell you how to run your business. But again, like all I know is I've been the type of person where I was editing for other creators. I know what it feels like to be waiting on that check. I know what it feels like to have bills. I know what it feels like to really be struggling out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're doing freelance work as an editor and you under a creator and you waiting for that check, at the end of the day, bro, like we have lives to live. And to be playing, you never want to play with somebody's money. You never want to play with somebody's money. So again, I want to sit here. I want to get more information. I'm not saying that that's what Cloud was doing, but based off of what I've seen so far, I've seen a little bit, because this nigga low key could be, you know, bitching and moaning too though. We not gonna say that he above that, because he did say the very first screenshot he showed was him saying that Cloud ignored him and Cloud paid him 2 days later in that screenshot. Not even, I don't even think 48 hours passed. But then he did also show us that another screenshot where it looked like he was waiting 2 weeks on him. So regardless, we're starting to see somewhat of a pattern of some inconsistencies. So
because Cloud would drag his feet sometimes to pay me and other editors, but he would brag to me on the phone and go, you know, I'm gonna be honest, he's like, ever since 2022 or 2023 when I first blew up and I made so much money, he's like, I feel uncomfortable if I don't have at least 100,000 in my bank account. And I'm like, the dude who's like bragging about he feels uncomfortable in not having at least 100,000 in his bank account is like dragging his feet or making it seem like there's a logistics problem to getting me paid my $300 to $400, and this is under the table anyway, so you're not even paying me. Like sometimes when people pay you for freelance work, they have to send it through their LLC bank account and stuff like that because it's a write-off. But I'm like, this is a under the table payment. So it's like, to my knowledge, I don't even think he was factoring, like he wasn't even trying to pay me from his LLC. He would just Apple Pay it or Cash App it to me. You know what I mean? So that.
Okay, hold on. Let me see that screenshot right here. Let me see that screenshot right there. You just showed another screenshot.
Factoring, like he wasn't even trying to pay me from his LLC. He would just Apple Pay.
Oh, I ain't got no dates on this one, which means it was in the same day. I cut this up. Part 2, false allegation, boom, forfeit. Okay, so let's just make one thing straight. In the beginning of this video, this nigga did say scammed. I don't think this brother got scammed. Let's just make that clear. Cloud is paying. Cloud is sending his money, but what might be the issue is he not moving with intention. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't think nobody was scammed here. So let's clear that up. My dog is not out here scamming people. What we might need to talk about is, you know, appreciating and respecting people's time though. You know, if I put my hard work and time into getting, you know, doing X, Y, and Z for you, you know what I'm saying, and we agreed on a certain date, I need to get paid on that certain date. So we might need to be talking about that. But I don't think brother out here was getting scammed.
Or Cash App it to me. You know what I mean?
Sounds like Cloud is paying whenever he feels like it. That might be the conversation.
So that's the first instance where in my head I should have known something was off. You know, that's on me for not realizing that, you know, this person is clearly trying to like hold his nuts over me, right? Or keep a power dynamic that always keeps him on top. Because mind you, as an editor, I never saw myself as just like somebody's editor, because if you've ever watched my channel, if you've ever seen my editing, I feel like editing is its own form.
Berto, did you edit for anyone? I edit for people right now. So, but it's just the difference is I make my own money off of social media too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not, there was a time where my only source of income was editing for other people. There was a time where it was like, oh shit, I'm literally waiting on that check to pay my bills. Now it's just another source of income. Now it's literally, and I don't even be editing shit. Like I have a whole business structure, side business that you know what I'm saying? Like I help manage other content creators. So I know this side of like content creation. Don't get it twisted. Hey, one thing about Big Bird, I'm gonna get to this money, nigga. Multiple sources of income. I got a whole business where I manage other creators and help them figure their shit out. And, you know what I'm saying, content's getting sent to me and I'm managing and making sure it's edited and So, hold on now.
form of art just as, you know, the creator is. Like, I see myself as Pharrell to a rap artist. I don't see myself as just another person editing, because I add a certain personality. I'm so quick with how I edit. Like, for instance, all those videos that you've seen that I've edited on this channel, almost all of them I've edited in 4 hours or less, because I just found a way to edit quick for me, and I also add that flair and keep that quality onto it. So I've always seen myself as an equal. I never see myself, and anybody else that works with people, always see yourself as an equal. Do not let nobody make you feel like they're above you, because the moment you put them above you, you're gonna stay there. But yeah, this was like one of the first instances.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. I mean, again, you know, got to keep that ego in check, which I'm not saying he has an ego, but like at the end of the day, as a content creator and in this space, you definitely should keep yourself as equal. Never, I feel like you should be doing that in life. If you are working a regular job, literally, like you're at the desk working a regular job, remember that business or establishment, if all you niggas quit, that business or establishment fails. So don't ever think of yourself as just like a little tool in the toolbox. Like, no, you are essential to the creation of the entire business, because without the employees, there is no business.
Where it really started to like shine. But there was another instance that happened in this story that created more tension, that led to me being taken advantage of / scam. So basically, like I said, me and Cloud were friends, right? And it was right after DreamCon. So this would be, I want to say July, right? Somewhere around.
Okay, hold on. So we see that they got a good friendship going. Yo, Mark just wanted to, I guess Cloud's name is Mark. I didn't even, well, actually I did know that. I just still call him Cloud. Yo, Mark just wanted to let you know I'm proud of you, gang. Blah, blah, blah. Appreciate it. Blah, blah, blah. Niggas don't usually take a second to look, blah, 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 blah. Love, love, love. Yo, were you serious about interest in sliding to Florida? Okay, so these guys are friends. These guys are friends.
July. Like I said, me and Cloud were friends, so he invited me to go on a vacation with him and some of his friends to Panama City Beach, Florida, right? And I accepted because, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I was really cool with Cloud, so I flew out, we went to PCB, and when we got there, one of Cloud's friends, these girls that he invited that I didn't know like that, one of them was extremely rude and nasty to me because I didn't want to pay for her groceries that she was trying to eat. I was like, nah, I got my own budget. Mind you, at the time, I only had like $300, $400, and even if I had more money, I'm not spending money on girls that aren't mine. So I'm just not spending money on people and paying for people's things that I'm not gonna eat. Like, I could see if I was going to be eating the groceries, but like the girl was mad at me because I didn't pay for house groceries that were for her. But to make a long story short, the woman started being very rude and nasty to me, and it's like every time I would walk in the room, since I was the only person that didn't know any of them besides Cloud, the whole house would get awkward and quiet, right? And mind you, this same night I was gonna have to sleep on the couch, and I was like, bro, I'm not trying to sleep on the couch out in the open when there's this girl that all of a sudden just hates me, is walking around at night potentially just because I'm
gonna go ahead and call a spade a spade. You sounding like a bitch right now, brother. What are we talking about? This girl hates me, walking around, like, what's this got to do with Cloud, bro? This ain't got nothing to do with Cloud.
Didn't want to pay for her groceries. Like, if you're
cool, and I'm agreeing with you there. Like, you shouldn't be paying for no girl's groceries, but let that hoe go pout in the corner. What does that have to do with Cloud? Let's see.
Getting mad at me because of that, there's something wrong up here. So I definitely don't want you to be able to just walk past me while I'm sleeping out in the open. So right,
I guess, but I mean, what's you gonna do? All right, none of this got nothing to do with Cloud, so this story feels irrelevant.
Rightfully so, you know, I kept voicing that problem because the way I look at it is, if I bring my friend that doesn't know any of my other friends or even family around somebody that's making them feel uncomfortable unjustly, I'm going to check them. I'm going to be like, yo, chill, you wrong. Like, he didn't do nothing to you. Like, chill out. You know what I mean?
Nah, okay. This is taking some points of some credibility away from you, bro. Like, yeah, it would have been nice if Cloud did that. Like, I'm on your side in the sense that it would have been nice if Cloud did that, but at the end of the day, like, you a grown ass man, bro. Like, you are upset that another grown ass man didn't defend you for some girl that wanted you to pay for groceries. Like, what are we doing here? Again, I'm being as real as possible here. Mind you, when I met you, brother, I met bro too. Cool guy. One thing that y'all need to understand is I'm 29 years old. I think Cloud is like 18 or 19. Don't know how old he is, but I imagine if they're like close homies, he's probably around the same age. This is starting to sound like some immature little high school baby shit. Again, if Cloud is playing with your money, we gonna have that conversation. We already started to have that conversation. I'm all here to hold niggas accountable. But this right here is some being and moaning. I'm trying to do better at cursing. Y'all hold me accountable. I'm trying to do better at cursing. I probably cursed enough in this video. So no more cursing the rest of the video. This nigga, I'm gonna say nigga, bro. I can say nigga. But this nigga right here is acting like a hoe. So far. Come on.
I can stand up for myself for sure, but whenever one person is shaping the whole energy of the house, it's like, why am I even here at that point? I don't know none of y'all. We're supposed to be on vacation having a good time, and you're making me feel like I'm a problem. That's not fair to me, especially when I want to do that to you. And you know, eventually this turned into, you know what I'm saying, me having to leave, and that created a lot of tension between me and Cloud because I had to leave. And you know, I just really didn't appreciate, especially like him as a friend not sticking up for me and like checking his friends, or like, you know what I mean, setting the tone. But again, like I said, Cloud is so big on external validation. He cares about optics, the image, about making it seem like everything is okay, even if everything isn't okay. So instead of, you know what I mean, protecting his friend and standing up for me, he rather chose like the external validation of not saying anything at all. And, you know, that just comes partially with not having a backbone, but also, like I said, whenever a person is driven by external validation, this is the type of things that they do. So that's what created a tension between me and Cloud, and we didn't talk for, I want to say, 2-3 months.
Yeah, nigga, stick up for yourself, bro. If I mean, like, again, I'm all for, if Cloud did stick up for you, that would have been cool. That's some cool shit where it's like, oh damn, my dog's sticking up for me. But also, you don't walk around with don't put these type of expectations on other people, bro. I'm telling you, as a man, straight up, this is just some real big brother advice. As a man, you walking around expecting other people to stick up for you, that's not how this life shit gonna go, bro. I promise you. They not gonna stick up for you.
Because this happened around July, right? But then if you see in the text message right here, Cloud hit me up a couple of days before my birthday. My birthday is on September the 14th, so this was 3 days before my birthday. And he said, yo, putting all differences aside, I'm going to start posting a lot more often again. We can talk out our differences first before anything, but if you want to work again with me, I'm laying the offer on the table. Hope you've been well, right? And you know, we ended up talking about it, and why he fully again didn't understand why I left, even though it should be obvious to anybody with a little bit of self-respect and love why I left, you know. He still wanted to be cool because, you know, he wanted my gift. I edit very fast. I add that authenticity and that you in the tube to the editing that gives it that extra boost, right? So he wanted to work with me again because obviously who wouldn't want to work with me, right? But this time,
this nigga's feeling himself. I'm not gonna cap. W self-glazed in the beginning, a little bit more self-glazed in the third quarter. Now he's just hanging his shit. Mid-vid, hang. Relax, brother.
that we worked together, because Cloud had to pay me a certain amount of money last time because he locked me in at a rate, and like I said, he didn't expect me to be editing so fast. I edited so many videos so quick that Cloud had to pay me a decent amount of money. It wasn't that much, but like I said, a lot of YouTubers see themselves like this and the editors like this, so they underpay them and they overwork them. But he couldn't do that with me because the value that I clearly brought, he couldn't underpay me. So like last time, he didn't want to have to pay me for so much.
What I will say though is I'm not mad at anybody that believes in themselves. You know, sometimes you do have to have the audacity to be successful in this world. So again, he on his Kanye shit right now. He like, I'm him. I'm the best editor in the streets ever. Nobody's bigger and better than my editing. He needs me. That's what I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it. At this point, I'm getting mixed feelings with this. I don't have mixed feelings. I think there's some truth to what's going on. I think that Cloud was probably taking too long to pay niggas their money. That's all I'm hearing so far. I don't think nobody got scammed. It seems like these guys were friends. It seems like this guy is emotional. But it also seems like Cloud was dragging his feet with paying niggas their money. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I'm on the other end of this shit and I want my money and I need it now. Okay? So I hear this guy. I'm just pointing out all the facts though. We're not gonna pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at everything. This is all the facts that I'm seeing so far.
He said this time we're gonna have a contract to make sure, you know, we got a set price, right? But the thing is, Cloud's videos are like all over the place. So sometimes he'll have like a video where like one will be very easy to edit, and then the next one he'll shoot it in a way where a video that should take, like I said, for me 4 hours, it'll take me the time it takes to edit 2 videos for that one video because of the way he shot it without even thinking about how everybody that has to make this video come forward to make it, right? So in the contract, I said, okay, cool, I'm completely fine with the contract. So I wrote up the stipulations that I wanted on my contract. I can show y'all the contract. I should have it somewhere still on my phone. Let me see if I still got it. So Cloud's manager at the time, this dude named Justin, was who was over the contracts, right? Because Cloud was
okay. Hold on, I want to see that.
Was who was over.
What are you asking for in this contract? Base pay $200 a video. It's a little bit more on the expensive side. It's not unfair though. Overtime 50 per hour. Damn. Okay. Sunday performance bonuses. Damn. I mean, it's a little bit on the pricier side, but it's not unfair.
Over the contracts, right? Because Cloud was like, he's trying to get more corporate and stuff like that. So I had to talk to Justin mainly about my contract stipulations. And as you see right here, these were the stipulations I had, you know, like drama style commentary, you know, my base to pay. I had like an overtime stipulation, right? To make sure that the video was shot in a specific way to where I wouldn't get locked in for a specific amount of pay, but I have to do a lot more work, right? And one of the most importantly things I put was, you know, the late fee, because like I said, Cloud would like drag his feet on paying us editors, right? And I had a performance bonus and stuff like that because they were talking about some performance bonus when real actuality they just put the performance bonus in there to try to convince me to accept a lower amount of pay or some shit like that, right? And like, to be honest, for the work that I did, and like I said, if you just look at the numbers and you look at all, you know, the work that I put in, I don't think this is a crazy contract at all. I think this is well deserved, and honestly, if I wanted, I
will say, if he really did all these videos for Cloud as well, and they've been locked in, and he's been getting Cloud consistently good views, I can see how all these little, like, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, because I already proved my worth, and you still coming back to me for more. So I can see, at least from his POVs, like, yo, man, we've been locked in for a while already. I just want to, like, and I want to continue working. I want to continue doing what I do with you. I'm just trying to get, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm straight too, bro. I've been winging it. I've been just taking the, you know, the late days, and I've been doing that. And I'm still down to work with you. Can we just like pick up the pace in these areas so that we both can walk away from this situation feeling good? So again, that nigga was doing that bitching and moaning, but as far as the money's concerned, which is the real problem that we are talking about right now, I'm not mad at everything he said. Like I said, it might have been a little bit on the pricier side, but I think he's well within his rights right now.
A little bit more, I don't think I would be that crazy in asking. But anyways, the more I talk with Cloud's manager, as you'll see in these messages right here, it just seems like I was
28, 30, 30. I don't know, bro. It seems like he's responding to you fairly quickly.
Getting the runaround. Like, it's like I would talk to Cloud's manager in Cloud, and they both would make it seem like, you know, everything I wanted in the contract was fine. They were like, you know, you worked with us for a long time. We really appreciate your work. That's why we asked you to come back. And you know what I mean? Like, we're really cool with all that. But it's like, once they finally sent me the contract after I asked for the stipulations that we both agreed upon, the contract damn near didn't even have half of the stipulations that I put in there. It was like I was having to basically...
The fuck was that? Was that the contract?
For the stipulations that I put in there.
Can we catch that? Oh shit. Nigga got me playing fucking pause tag.
Didn't even have half of the stipulations that I put in there. It was like,
I almost had it. One more time. If I don't get it, I don't get it.
Contract damn near didn't even...
Wait, I could probably put this shit on slow-mo too. This nigga trying to fucking sneak shit. No, nigga. I need to see that.
Even have half of the stipulations that I put in there.
Huss! Gotcha, stupid ass boy! Let's see what this contract talking about. This video editor, blah, blah, blah. Editor agrees to provide 1Cloud9 channel. Where's the 200? Okay, 200 per video. Client shall pay 50 per thing. Pay the editor. Work for hire. Okay, it doesn't look like we have everything that he asked for. It doesn't look like it had everything that he asked for. So I think he's telling the truth here. Oh, I gotta put this shit back in normal speed. Playback speed, normal.
It was like I was having to basically keep on saying the same thing that we already agreed upon. And it's like, you know, Cloud's manager would be like, yeah, I'm handling like a meeting with so-and-so rich creator right now, so I can't really deal with this right now. Or he would just like ignore me for a day. Kind of like I said, it's like an external validation, like power thing. Like they care about that image of being at the top of the food chain and they want other people to be on the bottom. So when a guy like me who knows his own worth comes with my own agreements in a contract, because they just thought they were going to give me a contract and I was just going to sign it because they thought I just really needed the money or something like that, not knowing that, you know, my mom works in contracting, so I'm really good with contract information and I know how to get my own stipulations, right? And I know my own worth, most important. So it was almost like they were like trying to play this ego battle with me, whereas they were trying to get as much.
I'm looking at these dates, man. You keep saying this ego battle. Let's see. October 4th. Following up on the contract, came back to you again October 4th. I'll hit you with an update. Performance bonus should be in there. That's my fault. Okay, accountability. Now the raw footage, not doing 50 every minute. I'm not adding the revision clause. And you need to be clear on what designated footage, incomplete recordings, and extra meme usage. Still wanted to put in the contract, but I need clarity. Okay, he's telling you, hold on, man. This is that bitching and complaining again. Again, you talking about contracts and how much you know about contracts. I'm gonna tell you right now, in this business world, if you want to get contracts involved, it's a business at the end of the day, bro. Yeah, like there's a level of respect you for sure need to move with, which I'm on your side with. I need to get paid at this time and this date and cool. But on both sides of the business, your business and his business, if you're going to do contract talk, there's got to be compromises that need to be made. So while I do think in your position, you need to fight for everything you want, you also need to understand that there's things that they're going to fight for everything that they want on their end, and there's going to be some compromises. You're not going to get everything you want just because you say so. Okay? And that's just a fact. It's just business. If you go to your boss right now and be like, hey, man, I want my lunch break to be 2 hours instead of 1, what you think he gonna do? He might tell your ass no. And if you're deserving and if he can bend the rules and he fucks with you enough, maybe he says, hey, man, I can't give you 2 hours, but maybe I'll give you 1.5. You know what I'm saying? I give you an extra 30 minutes. So, but what you gonna do if he tells you no? Is he now a terrible boss? Maybe he can't. Now again, I feel you on the money though, because guess what? If my bills are due, what we in March, so shit, rent's gonna be due April 1st, gang. Rent's gonna be due April 1st, and I promise you, my rent not gonna give a fuck whether I got my money late or nothing. So when I go to my job and my job is paying me late because they're twiddling their toes, my rent's not gonna care.
Out of me while trying to give as little, which, hey, to a degree, that's business, right? But like I said, I thought we were friends. Like I said, Cloud will always...
You thought you were friends, but that don't mean you just gonna get handouts though, bro.
Call and ask me for advice on things. We would hang out, we chill with each other, you know what I'm saying? So I assumed like we were cool, and it's like the thing I'm asking for, isn't unrealistic anyways, and I've already done so much work for you, paid and for free, at a fast rate, at a high quality. What more could you want, right? So honestly, it felt more and more.
Oh, hold on, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I know there's a lot of pausing going on, but again, we talking about friendship now. We talking about niggas getting exposed. I need to see. I'll hit you with the update with the performance bonus. Got you. Yeah, he told me. Look, bro, it looks like the communication is not as bad as you're making it seem. You're making it seem like he's giving you the runaround. Niggas are responding.
like I was just getting the runaround and disrespected almost. You know what I mean? So due to me feeling disrespected, and at this point I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold off on this whole thing, period. Mind you, during this whole time, I was still editing videos for Cloud. The moment we patched everything up.
That's awesome. Hey. Now it's starting to seem like I'm dogging, bro. But if you felt disrespected and you felt like you were getting the runaround, you should have stopped editing videos, period. I'm going to just be honest. If you felt disrespected and you felt like he was giving you the runaround, you should have stopped editing videos, period. And from what I can see, again, I'm only going based off what you're showing. This is the evidence you are showing. It doesn't look like he was giving you the runaround, bro. It looks like it might not have been in 1 or 2 days, but it feels like they were getting back to you in a reasonable time, bro. It feels like he was getting back to you in a reasonable time. I don't, based off the evidence you are showing us, I don't know about any other experience outside of the evidence you are showing us. It doesn't feel like you were getting the runaround. But if you felt disrespected and you felt like you were getting the runaround, you should have not been editing videos. And if you already felt shady and shaky about Cloud, you probably shouldn't have been editing nothing until you got the contract. Now, I hear you. You keep saying, this is my friend, this is my friend, this is my friend. But this is also business. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why you almost like, they say you can't miss business and friendship. And I don't necessarily believe that. I just think if you don't have a business mind mentality and you think everybody's just going to be sticking up for you and shit, I mean, bro, you also kind of have an immature mentality when it comes to this business world. Just being honest. I'm just being honest. I know some of y'all on YouTube might not like to hear that. Y'all might want me to say, Cloud's a terrible person. But again, bro, I'm also giving you the perspective of just being what it's like to be an adult in the real world, gang. This is what it's like to be an adult in the real world. You cannot, I don't want anybody to be going around being an asshole, period. But whether you like this person or whether you hate this person, understand that you have to have your own back. You do have to stick up for yourself. So if you within yourself, again, I'll say it again for the niggas in the back. If you are within yourself are like, I don't feel like this person is respecting me and my time and my money or whatever, then maybe you need to take a step back altogether, period. You shouldn't have been editing in the first place. W Juke with the gifted, my girl. Appreciate you, man. Big Juke in the chat.
September 11th, we instantly started working, right? Because he was trying to get that fast output again that we had in December. So I was still working for Cloud while we were going through this
getting them big ass views. Jesus, 92,000, 700,000. Huss, 95,000. Huss, 100K, 200K. One thing you can say, boy, was getting them views. Hey, W Juke in the chat with another gifted sub, man. Y'all tap into the Twitch. Big Juke in the chat. She going out. She gifting everybody a sub.
Track dispute. I was still making videos. He was still pumping out the videos that I was editing, right? So I told Cloud and his manager that until he got this contract straight, because me deep down, I felt like they purposely were trying to misunderstand me or make it hard on me just so they could have this perceived ego and power over me. I wasn't going to edit.
What's going on right here? Another pause, but we got to read this. October 4th. I'll hit you with an update. Raw footage, got you. Still communication within the same day.
Any more videos until, you know, I received my payment for the last couple of videos that I edited, and until we got this contract straight, because I didn't like the runaround that I was getting, right? And as soon as I said this, it was dead silent. Let me see if I can get the dates. I have the
October 4th, October 6th. It was dead silent for 2 days.
Dates right here too. So I texted Cloud and his
It was dead silence for 2 days, bro. Nah, you bitching, gang.
Manager on the 4th, and I told, you know, his manager, I was like, I've already told, you know, Cloud or whatever, I'm not going to be doing videos anymore. And I really just expressed to him that I really didn't like in our last conversation. We already agreed to most of these things that you still chose to not put into the contract on purpose, right? And it was like, after this, it was dead silent. You know, for 5 days, it was dead silent. Nobody said anything to me. Nobody paid me.
Where's the screenshot? Nigga, you been showing us screenshots this whole time. Where's the screenshot for 5 days? I need to see that, bro. I'm being honest. I need to see that.
Nobody brought up the contract again. Mind you, at this point, I don't even care about the contract. I'm just trying to get my money back because I already edited the videos and he posted them. So I'm like, you already posted the videos too. So just go ahead and give me my money first. So I hit up Cloud, like I said, the same day as you'll see right here, October the 4th. I told him I wasn't going to be editing anymore until, you know, we got the contract straight and I got paid. And again, 2 days, radio silence. I wasn't paid. So on the 8th, I hit up, you know, Cloud, and I told him, I said, I'm going to send an invoice. Can you just give
me? Now, Cloud, I got to hold you accountable here. I got to hold you a little bit accountable here. Like, look, I'm going to keep it real with you, dog. I'm going to keep it real with you, big dog. Nigga's asking for his money. He's clearly not fucking with you no more. He said, hey, bro, I don't want to edit with you no more. I'm straight off that. October 6th, he's following up on the payment. Cloud just paid a nigga, bro. This is where, Cloud, I got to hold you accountable, brother. Bro don't fuck with you. He's not on the same time that you on. He's bitching and complaining. He's making a big deal out of everything. He clearly don't work well within your work system. Just pay the man and move on. And then he says, look, I don't know what's going on with y'all, but frankly, I don't care anymore. But I'm going to need my money. If I don't receive it by 12 tonight, I will be resorting to legal actions as you posted the video today. I'm going to send you an invoice so there's no confusion of the payment. I even got your address in there for extra measures. Regardless, though, we're going to get this figured out. So, Cloud, he's threatening you on a business level. And you decided to respond with a laughing emoji. Listen, Cloud, this is where I got to hold you accountable, bro. I understand that you feel like Buddy right here is moaning and complaining and he's making a big deal out of everything. And to a degree, I'm seeing some of the energy that you're picking up on. But what you got to do, you are a business, Cloud. You are a business. You are a content creator. You are a role model. You have too much at stake. And this is where I'm just going to keep it a stack with you. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Okay? And you have to treat everybody with respect, regardless of the people that make you rock you off your pivot a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you were feeling, Cloud, this employee was feeling as if you were doing him wrong. And if you couldn't straighten it out in a way where you guys can both continue to work with each other and make it make sense, the answer was to pay him quickly, and part ways. Not hit him with a laughing emoji. Not hit him with a laughing emoji. Because regardless of anything, now he has every right to think to himself, oh, this nigga thinks I'm a bitch. Oh, this nigga thinks I'm playing. Oh, he doesn't value me. So what do you think's gonna happen now? Now we got a video on the 1Cloud9 files. So look, man. And you got to remember too that Cloud is basically a child. And I want to take that into consideration. But it's like, at the end of the day, bro, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Nobody in the comment section that are saying, oh, F Cloud and saying all this bullshit. Nobody's thinking about that.
I said, we don't have to worry about anything else. If not, I'm going to resort to legal action. And he laughed. Mind you, this is when the crash out gene came on. Because whenever I'm being serious and a nigga like laugh in my face, boy, Cloud laughed in my face. And this is the message that he said. He said, I'm paying you next week. Verbally, I may have agreed to pay you Sunday, not in a contract though. So you can't rush me no matter what you try. You'll receive your payment on my time, not yours. Talk to.
Yeah, Cloud. This is lame, bro. This is where I gotta call a spade, bro. This young man right here, unfortunately, is definitely pretty emotional. I think he's saying that you scammed him. He's saying that, you're giving him the runaround when really it's only been a couple of days. This guy right here is being emotional. I'm gonna be honest. But Cloud, you're not handling it well. You're not. You can't play with people's money. If you agreed to pay him on Sunday, pay the man on Sunday, bro. If you agreed to pay on Sunday, pay the man on Sunday. And if you forgot to pay the man on Sunday, just say, hey, my bad, brother. I'm gonna give it to you on Monday. Not, I'm gonna send it to you on my time. I'm gonna send it to you on my time. You're not on contract. Laughing emojis. You're a joke. No, bro. That is not how you are. That's not how you handle yourself as a boss, bro. You're a young king. You got a big empire. A lot of people are looking up to you. You're paying a lot of people, bro. This is not how you handle that situation. Nigga Cloud, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't care if you were scratching your ball sack taking a poop and just forgot to pay him. Straight up. That's fine. We're human. Sometimes we just forget to do things. Fine. It doesn't really matter what the reason is. You don't need a legitimate reason. But this is not the response, bro. All you had to do is just respond with, hey, bro, my bad. I missed you on Sunday. I got you right now on Monday or Tuesday. Whatever date. Give the man a time and then honor it, bro. That's how you handle that, Cloud. This is the first thing, and the laughing emoji, where I can 100% say, hey, brother, that was lame, Cloud. That was lame. And I hope that me saying this doesn't make you look at me no type of way, bro. I'm looking at this situation as like honestly as I can without picking sides, man. Cloud, this was lame. And I hope you can appreciate and like, nah, that was lame of me, bro. Accountability goes a long way. You a young king, brother. Don't let this be the reason why you don't, flip it and make it into greatness. Cause you're a good guy. You're a good guy. I can tell you're a good guy. But when you making people around you feel like this, and then you respond with shit like this, it can paint a picture that you don't want. Come on.
Justin for further details. And then that's whenever I hit Justin and asked about, like I said in the last slide I just showed, and again, I was ignored. So as you'll see.
No, bro. See, and this is where you be bitching, bro. He said you were ignored. October 9th, October 10th. Or I guess he didn't show us the response, but niggas be responding to this nigga. He be bitching. He be bitching, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas are responding.
Showed, and again, I was ignored. So as you'll see, I got the runaround in the earlier part of our relationships, like I said, that I should have noticed, but I didn't, or I just ignored. And as you'll see around this time, I'm getting that same runaround when it comes to, just making sure my contract is straight so I'm protected just as much as they're protected. Just making sure I can get paid fairly and on time. And you'll see they're giving me the runaround. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, at this point, I was about to crash out. I was about to do something crazy because I'm like, yo, I just want my money. And y'all are playing with me. Y'all don't know if I got bills. Y'all don't know what I have going on. Like, true. But again, these people, they don't have any sympathy for people because all they care about is that external validation in that image. It's an ego thing with a lot of these people. Like a lot of times with a lot of these creators, they don't feel good about who they are as people. They're not truly confident in who they are and secure in that. So the only thing they have over people is their money or their subscribers and stuff like that. And it felt like in this situation, that same thing was being done onto me, when in all actuality, I was just trying to make sure that I was fairly compensated for my work, which, by the way, they asked me to do. I wasn't bothering them. I was living my life, and they came and hit me up a couple days before my birthday because they wanted to work with me again. And I got the runaround for a couple of more days, right? And it seemed like for a minute, I genuinely wasn't going to get paid. But, I talked to one of my friends. Shout out to my dog that I talked to. I'm not going to say who, but, he really, imparted me with some wise words, and it allowed me to think about the situation for a second. And I ended up doing what I was about to do. And since I was able to chill out, I refined what I was going to do.
Why are you showing pictures of James St. Patrick, nigga? What were you about to do? Weirdo. Because the only thing James St. Patrick do is get down.
And let's just say based off what I did, Cloud gave me my money back, right? And I ended up getting my money back, and he was like, I don't know if you'll see the text messages right here. It looked, he felt like it was out of a, you know what I mean? Like it was out of.
Okay, so Cloud paid you, so he didn't scam you. Again, this guy's emotional as shit. See, you think there's power or ego thing. I just want my money, N-word. I don't want to be friends. I don't want to work with you. I just want my bread. So if I can move on with my life, you're making it difficult. You're a manager. I don't care anymore, honestly. Look, I was just finna send the bread tomorrow anyway, so I'll send it today. Just want to let you know that you played yourself out of a job. This blackmail thing is funny, not gonna lie, but I'm glad we're not cool anymore if this is how you want to move. You said next week, and you can't fire me from something I said. I quit. What is tomorrow, dumbass? Okay, again, Cloud. I understand that this is a frustrating situation, Cloud. But regardless, Cloud, you can't move like this and you can't talk like this, bro. Not to your employees. You have to carry yourself in a professional manner at all times, Cloud. You're a boss. You're a young king. You cannot talk to anyone like this. I don't care what they did, Cloud. You have to be the bigger person. And that's the hard truth. That's the hard truth. Cloud, I really do challenge you to take some accountability here, regardless of how much complaining and crying and whole shit that this brother here was doing. I challenge you, Cloud, to be the bigger person, because there's really, like, just imagine yourself, take it off content creation, put yourself in the corporate world. There's no reason why you, the boss of the company, should be calling an employee to their face a dumbass. That's just not how this works. And talking about they played themselves, and the funny thing is, listen, bro, this guy got paid. Cloud did not scam anybody. I think this is just a little bit of lack of immaturity on Cloud's end. He probably got a little bit emotional, and he made the wrong judgment call here. I think they were both wrong within their own right. This guy is emotional, though. This guy's emotional for sure. I can see it. He's making a lot of examples out of ego and saying Cloud has an ego. I think this young brother has an ego, you know? But I'm not above saying that Cloud might need to keep his ego in check as well. I think there was some ego on both sides, and 100% Cloud did not scam anybody. But this is something that could have been done offline. There's a conversation that could have been cleared up offline. Bro got his money. Was this a clout move? Probably. He probably wanted to get some clout. He's like, yeah, I'm about to expose him. But it's like, the funny thing is, he showed us the screenshots and we went through it and we saw time and time again that no, Cloud's people were responding to you, bro. So I think the lesson here is, man, is just everybody needs to keep their ego in check. Everybody needs to treat people with respect. Straight up. Editor lives do matter. Look at Dior's an idiot, bro. In my chat talking about editor lives matter. No, but editor lives do matter, bro. Again, I think Cloud, you needed to treat Buddy with respect, regardless of how frustrated he made you. This is like the equivalent of, you know, you being with a girl and her saying some petty ass shit, and then you just start yelling at her, and now you over here looking like the emotional nigga. This is like the equivalent of a guy punching a wall. You know what I'm saying? We always look at that guy like, okay, he didn't put his hands on the girl, right? But it's like, oh, you're lame though. You're lame. This was a lame nigga activity. You just you got so emotionally charged up, you punched the wall and now you broke your hand. And now it's a self-inflicted wound. Like, you made the crybaby editor pretty much make you punch the wall and break your own hand, and now you got this stain on your body, bro. Cloud, I think you're good, bro. You're good, but I do think you need to take some accountability. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? I'll see you on the next one. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look too easy.